Now let's see for loop examples with sequence data types, that is with list, tuples and dictionary. So this is the first code which I want to show for I in. Now here we have not given any range function. Instead we have given a list. Here you can see the square brackets, they represent list 10, 25, 30. That makes it a list because of the square bracket. Then colon, print I, comma, I into I. So it will fetch the first value of the list, first element of the list, that is 10. So it will come inside the loop and it will print 10, comma, then 10 into 10, that is 100. So 10 and a space, then 100 will be printed. Then again it will move and it will fetch the next value, next element of the list, that is 25. Then it will come inside the loop again and it will print 25 and 625. 25 into 25, 625. Similarly for 30 and 30 into 30, 900. So here you can see the same example with another list with the values 10 and a string element is also there in the list, high, and then 25. So what it will do, since in the print function we have given I into 3, so it will print, it will fetch the first value. I will take the first value of the list 10. So 10 into 3, 30. Then high, that is a string, high into 3. So you know that when we multiply a string, it replicates. So it replicates it thrice, high, 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 and then again it will fetch the next value 25 and then it will print 25 into 3, that is 75. So now you see, rather than taking the list in the for header line after in, we are initializing the list with a name and that name we are using in the for loop. So it is just the same, it will take one by one each values from the list and it will print the same output, since in print we have again given I into 3. Now same for tuples, we have declared a tuple over here and we have given the name of tuple here. This is a tuple. By seeing the parenthesis you can understand that this is a tuple. So for I in P, print I into 3 we are doing. So it will take the first value of the tuple, that is 9, and then so it will print 9 into 3 as 27, then high into 3, so thrice high will be printed together, and then again the next value of the tuple, that is 4, will be fetched, 4 into 3, 12, and then India, again it will be printed thrice. And this is the same code, except that we have not initialized the tuple before. We are taking the tuple over here only after the in keyword. So in the same way it will print and it will take all the values from the tuple. Next, if you see that we have taken here a string, and the string is in quotes, since we have taken a value, so that is a string. Either it can be a single quote or a double quote, and I've taken a value stay and a space is there and then happy. So what it is doing, for I in str, the name of the string we have given as str colon, so I will take the first value of the string which is at index 0, that is s. So s will be printed 4 times because I've just given I into 4. If you print only I, so only s will be printed, one time s will be printed if you don't mention into 4. Since I've given into 4, so that is why it is printing every character 4 times. So it will take s and then again the loop will run, will take t and then a, then y, and then a space is also there, so it will print space 4 times. Here space is there 4 times, which is not visible actually, and then h, a, p, p, y, like this, and then the loop will be over. The same way, instead of initializing string prior hand, you can write the string directly after in keyword like this, and you get the same output. Hope this is clear to everyone, and I will show you practically. Practical goes like this. I've taken a fresh ideally prompt for instead of I, you can take any variable, like suppose let's take it a in, and then let's take a string in this list. Yeah, let's take a negative number. Let's take another number. I've closed the list and I have to give a colon, and then whenever I will press enter, automatically it has taken the indentation. It is not in the same line of 4. So from here you have to start writing. I want to print the value of A, then I'm again pressing enter. So to see the output, see it's not showing the output, you have to come back, give a backspace, and then when it comes here, the cursor comes here, then you press enter and you will be able to see the output. See, it has taken all the values. A is my index variable here. It is taking the first value 24 and then high and then minus 35 and then 58. So in the same way, you can take any value, any variable name, like let's take it name as tech. So for tech in, let's take a tuple now. Let's take a tuple with some value like 22 comma minus 33 comma, and then let's take a string hello. So this is my tuple with 3 values. Now tell me, what should I print so that I can see all the elements of this tuple? Should it be I, should it be A, or should it be tech? Yes, it should be tech, because the variable name you have taken as tech, T-E-C-H. Such a big variable name we have taken, the index variable. Doesn't matter. I have entered and then given a backspace, and then you press enter and you will be able to see the output. And remember, if you write this for in capital letter, or any of the letter of FOR in capital, or maybe in 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 capital letters, or if you give any other symbol instead of colon, then it will be a mistake. It will give you an error. As you know that Python is case sensitive and you have to mention this in small letters. Print also we have to give in small letters. So I can show you another example with a string. I have taken a string whose name, the name of the variable is name itself. I have taken the value Alicia. Now let's run for I in. Now in the same way, to print string, I have taken for I in the name, I have taken this. So here I am taking the name of the string itself. Rather than directly writing the string in quotes here, I am taking the variable name, the object which I have declared. Now I will write print. It will print, and if you want to see it with space or maybe some other character, if you want to print, let's give a hyphen. In between every character a hyphen will be printed. I've just given an enter and a backspace, and then press enter. So this is the output, A and then a hyphen again, then it will take L and then again a hyphen. So like this, whatever characters are there in this string, it will print all the characters with a hyphen symbol, since I have given the end parameter as hyphen. So if you give a space, there will be no hyphen sign, there will be space. Likewise it will move. And all these you can do using your untitled file, using a new file in a script mode also. This I have shown you in ideally interactive mode. You can do it in script mode also by taking a new file and then writing the same code there and then running the file after saving it. So this is all about for loops, simple for loops with range function and with different sequence types like list, tuple and strings. Hope you like it and hope you have understood. Thank you so much.